right, cool. Let's go. Finale. It's time!
Took the code that he made, fled to Switzerland, actually fled to Switzerland, and like held it hostage for $1 million.
He literally never paid me anything at all, ever. Eddie promised me, 5% of the tokens and $1 million. He literally never paid me.
This reporter says
Well, he promised. He said he promised. Bitch, if it ain't in writing, don't fucking do it.
Eddie's entire story is fake.
The biggest reason it failed, in my opinion.
Doug, I'm not the bad guy here.
Yeah.
There's some actual out there.
Yeah.
And it's not me. Like, I'm here to build.
See, this is why I'm glad I'm ugly, because I actually have to earn people's trust rather than people think, oh, wow, this guy's so hot. I believe everything he fucking says.
Welcome to part 3. So far, we've discovered fake orphans. Millions of dollars stolen.
How the fuck did this story get fake orphans in here, bro? Literally how?
And a cast of sleazy characters, but now it's time to put it all together. What is the truth? And who's to blame? We're going to start by going through leaked text messages of the CryptoZoo team to understand all of their motivation. Then we'll go to blockchain evidence and show who sold what. And finally, we'll confront some of the people responsible. But before we can do any of that, we have to start in March of 2021.
Why was I expecting him to say, this video is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends?
6 months before the token even launched. Our 4 suspects, Logan, Crypto King, Eddie, and Jeff, are in a group chat discussing CryptoZoo, which starts as a copy of something else. Quote, I like imitating crypto kitties, Jake the Crypto King says.
What the fuck is
Logan
that?
replies, I agree. And initially, it wasn't called CryptoZoo at all. It was called Crypto Pets, and they were going to sell a Pets token. And pretty early on, it became clear this was all about money, how they were going to sell this thing to investors. In fact, Crypto King said he thought it was worth at least $20 million in only 6 months, saying the range is insane. $20 to $210 million. It's beautiful wherever we land. Eddie jumped in at this point and talked about how he could sell the project as an investment to a friend, Matt Higgins, saying, quote, he has to spend
Who the fuck is Matt Higgins?
that $350 million somewhere. Why
Bro, he should have got this video sponsored by Crypto Kittens, but they would pay out the ass.
not us? And Logan says, I love that idea. Crypto King, I'm in. And of course, you have Jeff saying, let's go. So you can see right there, they wanted to sell this game before it had even launched. Now later, Eddie amends the list of investors and says, quote, investors will be Gary Vee, Todd Morley, James Altucher, Ryan Kavanaugh, and others confirmed on my end. Supposedly, they had $100 million of investment.
What?
Now, I actually went to some of these investors and asked if this was true, and the one person who responded denied it, Ryan Kavanaugh. Quote, nope, not even a little bit. So this looks like it could be yet another lie from Eddie Ibanez, but either way, it looks like there was more issues than just finding investors because the team wanted to pre-sell tokens, and not everyone was sure it would be legal. Jake the Crypto King.
Hey, it don't matter. Hey, bro. Operating within the confines of the law will only get you to where every other man has already gone. Okay? You gotta break the law to uphold it. That's what police officers tell me, bro. You know how many times I see a police officer breaking the speed limit? A million, bro. Sometimes you gotta go to places that no other man is too afraid to go.
King mentions that, quote, if we have a pre-sale, it opens us up to SEC issues. And Jeff agrees and says, don't want to do anything that brings the SEC eyeballs. Now, not everyone wanted to be so cautious, though. Logan argues everyone does pre-sale with coins. Eddie agrees. He says, you absolutely can do it. I have the SEC down, private and pre-sale. And honestly, it was quite the dilemma for this team who wanted money. You know, do a pre-sale, make millions, but
Chat, type one if you would buy Eggcoin.
you know, you have these potential legal issues. Don't do it, you make less money. So Crypto King comes up with a middle solution. He says, if we can't sell, no pre-sale. We can still trade them in the liquidity pool. And this is the start of a new disaster, which takes a bit of explaining. Now, just so we're clear, a pre-sale is where you sell investors coins, usually at a discount, before you've launched. And then when you launch, you give them those coins. Now, like I said, the team didn't want to do that. So what they did instead was
That's why I think pre-ordering is like the biggest fucking scam on earth. Like, you really want your consumers to buy your game before it's out. And they'll be like, oh, dude, if you pre-order our game, we'll give you this 5-cent fucking plastic coin that nobody gives a fuck about. I hate the entire premise of buy it before you know whether it's good or not. It's so fucked.
bought the tokens on the open market right after launch.
Y'all ever play Cyberpunk?
But they tried to get clever with
I do not pre-order anymore. I do not pre-order.
it because they didn't actually announce that they were launching this coin at all. They stealth launched it on June 11th and didn't announce this token through Logan until August 18th, meaning they had all that time to silently buy up as much of the supply at a steep discount as they wanted. And the idea here was that doing this, the team could get these tokens extremely cheaply, which is kind of like a pre-sale, but without all the SEC troubles. And Crypto King makes this clear on June 7th when he says, quote, launch of the liquidity pool is where huge money will be made because you get in
Liquidity pool, huge
and
corpo.
it says, we, the team, begin buying out the liquidity pool. Once the team has exhausted funds for the liquidity pool buying, we send the contract address to friends, family, investors who want to be able to get in.
And then those family and those investors tell two of their friends and their family and their investors, and they tell two, and they tell two. And the more people you tell, the more money you get. It works really great. We call it the triangle strategy. It's genius, man. It's genius. And also, for people who say, I never buy games day one anymore, I agree, and you shouldn't. I feel like anybody a day a new game comes out should go onto Twitch, watch a streamer play it, preferably mine, by following the channel, and then see whether they like it or not, because money is at an all-time low for a lot of people. I mean, let's be real, dog. A fucking $5 used to get you groceries for the week back in the day, and now $5 maybe get you a pack of bologna. Times are hard, times are rough, and every dollar wasted is real fucking bad.
So obviously the plan is we buy first, then we give it to our close friends and family, and then maybe the public eventually, right? And even the day before, Crypto King reminds everyone, quote,
but you don't play games. I've literally played 20 hours of Ocarina of Time so far, bro. What are you on about?
Zoo Day is tomorrow. I highly recommend everyone get a few $100 to a few $1,000 in Zoo when it goes live. It will likely 10 to 1,000x. So that was their plan. Rather than doing a pre-sale, they were going to do this stealth launch and hopefully get tokens cheaply the same way, but without all the legal troubles. Or at least that was the plan. Because on stealth launch day, this is where things first started to go wrong for the team. At first, everything seemed to go normal. The team sat in a circle and literally bought it out as planned. But the next day, Crypto King says something odd. Quote, a bot is playing with our token. Kind of cool to watch them work. But he doesn't mention who this bot is. And he also says the asshole finished selling, but doesn't mention who that is. Now, Jeff, Logan's manager, replies upset. He says, how do we prevent someone doing what they just did again? We went from a $130 million to $26 million market cap in 2 hours. It's not cool to watch. Logan jumps in. Yeah, wait, how did that happen? And he also says, what asshole? How did anyone get this token except for us and none of us sold? And I think actually this is incredibly suspicious because the implication of what Logan's saying is, hey, we tried to scheme this really well. We tried to all buy this without letting anyone know. How did anyone else figure out?
But we got
buying
outplayed by an AI, dog.
And this is where a fight ensues that's going to become really interesting. Crypto King deflects the question by saying, my buyer pushed it back up to $40 million. And Logan says, no, bro, F your buyer. Explain to me what just happened and how there were 30 token holders. And Jake tries to explain that this was just traders and bots happening to find the token. But Logan says only 5 of us knew about it. Jake says, well, many people chase volume and new tokens. And to some extent, he's kind of right. But Logan replies, cap.
Oh, no, bro. The internal infrastructure is crumbling, and we've got another civil war. Those people are turning against each other, and only doom will come from this, bro. God damn. I'm here for it.
He doesn't believe it. Quote, I can't be the only one who thinks that's too incredibly convenient. Like someone was tipped off. And look, no one's more critical of Logan than me. But as I'm reading these texts, I was kind of like agreeing. Like, yeah, it does seem too nonchalant when somebody's ruining your secret plot. You know what I mean? Because Crypto King was acting very strange. He says, we created $40 million out of thin air. This is a success. Logan replies, this nonchalance worries me. F 40 million. It was at 120 million, which again, it's all about the money with these guys. But truth be told, I did agree.
I mean, when you're making a NFT game, what else do you think it's about?
The Crypto King's attitude seemed strange in these texts. I mean, he's not wrong that bots are a thing. Traders are a thing. But it sounded like he didn't want anyone to look into it. So, naturally, I looked into it. And what I found surprised me, because there were bots, but there's also unusual human activity during this time. So I tracked the 5 biggest buyers of this zoo coin. And lo and behold, this is what I found. Logan was one of the biggest buyers, which is what you'd expect, but he wasn't the biggest. In fact, 2 of the biggest wallets seem to be associated with Crypto King himself. And here's where I paused. I said, wait a second. Why did this guy buy more zoo tokens than Logan when this is mostly Logan's project?
Yeah.
I thought Crypto King was a small part of this team. And so to get more info on this, I actually got access to an internal meeting note from the day of June 11th, which they called Zoo Day. And in it, we find actually some interesting information. We see that 5 founders bought in. They apparently were, quote, trading in circles until each person maxed out. But on the list of buyers and how much they spent are only 4 people, when we know 5 people bought. We have Danny, Logan's assistant, for 20K, Logan Paul for 100K, Jeff at 100K, and Eddie at 100K, but Crypto King is nowhere to be found. And yet, on the blockchain,
Weird.
I have him putting in $200,000 worth. And this number, by the way, seemingly is confirmed in a conversation I had with Crypto King, where he said, my 200K investment. And the reason this is important is because it does imply that something shady was going on the day of the stealth launch. Because Crypto King had a relatively small role in this whole project. He was the advisor, but it wasn't that big of a deal. Like you can see from the internal meeting notes, they have a breakdown of who's getting what in terms of founder tokens. And like Logan Paul's getting 51%, Eddie's getting 30%, Jeff's getting 10%. Jake's only getting 5% of tokens, but he has the most of these like stealth launch tokens, which makes no sense. And it got me thinking that maybe what explains this suspicious behavior around like, oh, don't worry about who was buying at the time of the launch. Maybe that's explained because perhaps no one knew that he was buying up large parts of the token supply. Maybe he was buying it to sell later. Now, of course, that's speculation. So that's why I confronted Crypto King on all of this. But before we get to that call, let's address the elephant in the room. Logan didn't accuse Crypto King of being a scam. It was the other way around. Crypto King told Logan Paul he was a scammer. And the question is, why? Well, to answer that, we have to go from...
Because Crypto King is a fucking idiot who only cares about money and money alone. Then again, so is Logan Paul, but I guess Crypto did some shady-ass shit, and the majority of the time people try to deflect off of the horrible person that they are, to be honest.
June, the stealth launch date, to September 1st, the official launch date of CryptoZoo.
September 1st, cryptozoo.co.
Now, the day of the launch was a bit strange because you might think, well, they already have a token, right? But the first thing they
Yeah, it's just scammer scamming, 100%.
did was actually create a new Zoo token with a different code, but the same name. And they actually airdropped all the holders of the first Zoo token with an identical amount of those coins on the second Zoo token. So you might be wondering, why did they do that? Well, maybe it's to change the smart contract, but
Let's find out right now. Dude, chat, you know what was really cute? It was really cool. I'm gonna go get a drink of some water and a Coke. And then I see Lareau and he's playing League of Legends. And guess whose stream is on his fucking second monitor? This fucking guy, bro. This fucking guy, bro. I am the second monitor saint, baby. The second monitor saint, bro. Having your homies watch your stream, that's the coolest shit ever. I always get so excited whenever I see like people like talking like my fucking LaRoe's Discord, like fucking Kitsa or LaRoe or Fenner or Terwood come to my chat. Bro, it's so cute. I fucking love when my homies are in my chat. It means so much. Mara, good to see you. Dude, it means so fucking much to me. Yo, chat, type 2 if I'm on your second monitor.
But maybe it's because of...
Second monitor, me too? Yeah, I can tell. Because with the amount of people in here versus how fast the chat is going, I'm like, all right, I'm on the fucking second monitor. Y'all fuckers keep me up for company because you don't want to be lonely while you're working or playing fucking video games. I fucking get it. And you know what? I'm comfy as fuck here. I'm comfy as fuck because you use me for comfort. I already fucking get it.
What they did do. They blacklisted...
You're doing great. I hope you're having a wonderful night. And I love you, bro. Now leave me alone. I'm streaming.
Some of the holders. In other words, they didn't airdrop to everyone, including Jake the Crypto King. They excluded his wallets so it couldn't get these Zoo coins. Jake texts the group about this the next day, saying, quote, "The Zoo team made a major error this weekend. They chose not to communicate,
ooh, the old
a new
blunder,
token, and airdrop it to whatever wallets they determined fit. This decision came from Eddie and Logan, and I had no part in it. 11,250 wallets before the airdrop, under 11.
Last comment, we'll move on. Eggy, I asked if you're on the main monitor. If I'm on the main monitor, Eggy, I asked.
1,000 after. They chose to blacklist and ban over 200 wallets. Now, who those wallets are, I have no idea. But he continues, quote, "As a founder like Logan, Jeff, Eddie, and Danny, I had purchased a large quantity of tokens. 5+ of my wallets had been blacklisted from the original team's buys." Now, I don't know why he had
I would now place you on the third monitor
there, but okay. He says 80+ billion Zoo tokens were confiscated from me today without any communication.
80 billion?
That's why Crypto King accused Logan of stealing from him or scamming. It's because he was frozen out of a lot of his wallets. And then we get
Joey! Good to see you, homie. Love you, bro. Anime man, Bong! Love that guy.
to the text you guys all know. He says, "Logan, you stole $40 million. You're a scammer. You're a con artist, all that stuff. You betrayed your community. The reality is you aren't that guy."
I am that guy, pal.
"Oh, Jake, trust me, bro. I am that guy." Q, in the arms of an angel.
Casually scamming billions of dollars from your community, making memes and DMs, bro. Ain't no fucking way, bro. This Logan Paul guy is unbelievable. That's the one reason why I miss Donald Trump as president, bro. There was no better content than laughing at that dumb shit's decisions, bro. What a guy, bro. I'm telling you, our country will be the greatest it's ever been. Build the wall, crime rate will fall. God, bro, shut up, bro. I love when idiots like this get mainstream. What do we got? We got Kanye, Trump, Logan. This is big, man. This is big.
And look, I mean, what do we...
Dude, I just become a politics streamer, man. Because there's nobody who gives a fuck less about politics than me. That's why I love watching this shit, because I'm not going to doom post and say, "Oh, bro, we're fucked." My take every time is, wow, look at these fucking dumbasses. This shit is hilarious.
Make of this? Well, I don't know. I can't root for either of these guys, because it sounds like Logan stabbed him in the back.
Like, we're all these goofballs in fucking other countries, but we have, like, Putin? Why is it only America? Why the fuck is it always America? Where's the crazy ass shit happening in Japan, bro?
But it sounds like Crypto King may have stabbed him in the back in the first place, right? Because it does appear like he bought tokens that maybe everyone didn't know about. So I'm really not a fan of anyone in this situation. And by the way, this whole thing was structured so misleadingly from the beginning. I have to talk to you a bit about it, because you might think that these tokens were the only tokens they had, but it's not even true. In the distribution section of Zoo's white paper, they say there's 2 trillion tokens, and a quarter of that are allocated to develop.
Yes, we made all these tokens handmade. We hired 10 artists to make 2 trillion tokens in the span of 6 months. But I'm telling you, they didn't. They worked very hard. They worked very, very hard.
Marketing, and founders. Those aren't even the tokens we're talking about right now, because they claim that those tokens were locked up for 6 months, and then afterwards 10% was unlocked every month. And if that's true, there would be no reason for these funds to be blacklisted, right? Why would you blacklist something that would be locked up? And the answer is because, well, the founders had more than one set of tokens. Not only did they supposedly have these founder tokens that were locked up and couldn't be sold, these stealth launch tokens were different from that. It's like a whole different thing.
It's like getting a wave 1 versus a wave 2 amiibo. Do you know the price difference in a wave 1 versus a wave 2? Besides the villager's hairline, none of y'all are going to get that. The difference between wave 1 and wave 2 villager hairline was insane. One had a worse hairline than fucking Asmongold at me. It was fucking horrible. It was like 80%, and there ain't no fucking way anybody bought a token expecting to get a wave 2 for a pre-order. Ain't no fucking way. How hard is it? How hard is it to just make a legit business that's not a scam? Very hard, because when you actually have to deliver on your actual promises, it makes things a lot, harder. Like if I tell somebody, hey bro, if you give me $1, I'll give you $1 million next year. Trust me, bro, my name's Logan Paul. I mean, who wouldn't do that, right? Who wouldn't do that? But if you tell somebody, hey bro, if you give me $10, I will give you nothing ever. It's going to be a little bit harder. Delivering on promises is rough. And the reality is perception is reality. And if you can get people to believe your lies, I mean, you can fucking do anything, man.
And the tokens that they bought, that all of these guys
Trust me, just pre-order it. Surely it'll be good.
bought, they could sell it basically any time because they weren't locked up, which is a massive problem. And this fact was explicitly laid out in their
Am I saying it's right? No.
meeting notes with only one rule. They say, quote, no selling until $200 million market cap, and don't impact the market more than 3%, and not impact the market more than 10% in a day. And by the way, this is basically conspiracy to manipulate a market. They're literally having insider rules for how to sell, but we're gonna look past that, right? Because these rules eventually kind of changed. A text from Logan's manager, Jeff Levin, came to the group chat, Zoo Founders, saying, guys, new and absolute rules. No one is to sell or transfer any zoo. Logan's gonna make the call when we can make moves. And Logan replies, your tokens do not leave your wallet. This is a game. Now, that all sounds well and good. Don't sell your tokens, but the reality was, they're just kind of trusting each other because these tokens that they're talking about, they're unlocked. They're not locked up, and they could sell it at any time. And I guess the question on my mind is that why Crypto King's tokens were blacklisted? Because they thought he would sell? Or maybe it's just the fact they found out he bought and they didn't know about all those tokens. It's honestly hard to say without knowing more evidence. And this is where we're going to jump into the blockchain.
The splash zone.
I've tracked the wallets of the entire team and identified the largest seller of Zoo in the team. And it wasn't Jeff. It wasn't Danny. It wasn't even Logan. It was Crypto King. Crypto King sold, by my calculations, millions of dollars. And I know what you're thinking. How's that possible, right? I thought his tokens were blacklisted the day of the official launch. How could he sell that much? Well, the answer is that not all of his tokens were blacklisted. He had even more tokens.
Oh my God, man. This dude better make a fucking killing.
Behind the scenes. And what's worse, the CryptoZoo team actually gave him back a lot of his blacklisted tokens, which I guess you can see as a good thing or a bad thing because he then turned around and sold those tokens, right? And from my blockchain analysis,
that's why he's the
his
Crypto
blacklisted tokens
King.
he got back and the tokens that he had squirreled.
It's crazy. It's like I have this like weird perspective where it's like if this was an anime, like the guy who scammed the scammer, like, oh yeah, this guy's based, crypto god, crypto easy clap. But then I realized this is like an actual guy in real life, and I'm like, wait a minute, they're all just fucking absolute jackasses. But it's crazy how traits in an anime character I would respect in real life are just fucking. They're all just horrible people. Like there is no narrative, there is no story. These are just bad people doing bad things. God damn. Shit, get that bag, King, but god damn.
Away the whole time.
Logan is a professional scammer.
$6 million. He did this by sending out tokens from these larger wallets to dozens of smaller wallets, selling it, and then sending the money to final cash out wallets. So I used those final wallets
$6
to calculate
million?
the amount he made. Now, I know, look, it's a lot to accuse someone of selling $6 million in a project that doesn't even work. It's a giant scam. So I wanted to give him a chance to defend himself.
Oh, no, bro. No. You did not. You did not. I'll do it later than 15 months. Thank you, bro.
So I got on a call with
He fucking picked up?
Crypto King. And here's what he said when I finally revealed that I knew he had sold.
He picked up?
It's gonna change this whole fucking story. Yeah, I'll go on the record for you, and yes, I'm gonna show you the text message that say we can sell at these ascending market caps, and literally, I'm gonna. 100%. It sounds like your biggest issue with me is that I sold. And if that's your biggest issue with me, that's the truth.
Wow. That is a big admission. Selling tokens for a project that you're an advisor on when the project has never been delivered.
No shame. Yeah, I'm a piece of shit. Anyways, holy fuck. Holy fuck. Anyways, god damn.
Although Crypto King insists that it wasn't $6 million and he wasn't trying to rug a project. In fact, really, he might be the one who got screwed up.
So the guy's going to end Logan's career? No, because the reality is that Logan is now a dynasty. He's too big to be canceled. This will be a mere blip in his career because he has too much other shit going on for him. Like, there is no way to cancel anybody. All you have to do is just press the go live button, man. Why the fuck would he just admit that, Lamau? Because Joey, he has $6 million fucking dollars now, dog. It doesn't fucking matter. Guy can retire yesterday and it doesn't matter, bro. He's made it. That's $6 million from one deal. He's fucking rich, bro. He won.
Over in all of this.
It's like if you win a fucking tournament, collect the prize money, and you say, oh yeah, by the way, Lamau, 20 years ago I cheated. Don't fucking matter. You can't do anything there. You already got the fucking money. He doesn't care. His reputation's already in the fucking tank. And plus, even now, still saying this in chat, knowing this guy's a piece of shit, chat is still spamming easy clap anytime Crypto King comes on the fucking channel because it's fucking stupid, bro. It's fucking stupid.
I did sell. I didn't sell $6 million worth. That's going to be other wallets, but that's probably not going to be able to be me being able to be proven, except for them saying, can you send?
But let's be real, the guy called Crypto King probably doesn't have that good of a reputation regardless. It's almost like you shouldn't work with someone who calls himself the fucking Crypto King. Yeah, the NFT nerd, the Crypto King. The scam savant. Yeah, sure, bro. I'll make him a co-owner in my industry. Why the fuck not?
And BNB to all these different wallets for me, which that I'll be able to show you that I was giving BNB to the...
But that's okay because, ladies and gentlemen, this month, live from WWE, it'll be Logan Paul versus the Crypto King in a steel cage. No holds barred.
Full team. I will also be able to show you that I was a 5% holder of the Zoo tokens that I was promised to be given over the 3-month period, was never given. I can also show you that I was frozen out.
Man, these wrestling angles are getting crazy, bro.
Paid for in cash. So
Okay.
I'll show you all of those things on the record, and then you can all...
Hey, Jack, can y'all all at Lareau in chat and tell him to check his DMs? Thanks. For like 10 seconds.
also say that I did sell, which is also true.
Yep.
But as long as that's accompanied with he was a founder that was supposed to be given 5% of the project and was never given the token or paid, worked for almost a year on the project, as long as that goes in with it,
Oh, I'm just ignoring you? Oh, okay, my bad.
then at least that tells my
Hey,
side
my
of the
bad,
story,
bro.
so people understand that it's not like I was trying to rug a project. It's like I put $250,000 into a project plus 6 months of time, and the founder never did anything he said he was going to do, and then hired a bunch of devs that didn't do what they were going to do. And every time I gave advice, the advice was I was told to fuck off.
Jesus.
So it can be...
From his perspective. Remember, people with this much charisma can spin their perspective any way they want to fucking spin it. Okay? Anyway. Just remember, this is not the facts. These are just the way that he saw it, or the way that he wants people to know it, because he knows it's going live. That's what he said on the record. Right? This is the truth, the way that he saw it.
that story, or it can be he sold
You trying to defend Logan? Have you heard? Okay, what did I say to give you that perspective? How in the fuck did you possibly get there?
all this amount and he got in early. Well, yeah, that's like 1% of it though.
Incredible. He sounds like he views himself as the victim, or at least like he got screwed too, which just has to win the gold medal for me for mental gymnastics.
There it is.
Because, I mean, he literally had...
Bro, I only walked away with the mere $6 million, bro. It was crazy. They were mean to me, bro. They deserved it.
put $200,000 into this, and he says he made millions of dollars. Even if you take him at his word
well, let's just
that he
chill
didn't
on.
make the full $6 million,
Yeah.
he admits
Thanks,
to me
Sonny.
later that it might be a pretty close guess. He tells me via text, quote, "I don't care if you tell people I sold a few million and leave it at that." Well, okay, $6 million, a few $1 million, it's millions of dollars.
True.
Millions of dollars when you only put in $200,000 into a project that's never been delivered, doesn't work,
But I only got 300x my investment, bro. Please feel bad for me, please.
scammed people out of
Stop being mean.
their money. How is he saying he's the one who's in the wrong? Well, in his view, what he did was not wrong. It might have been arguably unethical,
Thanks,
but
Kenny.
it wasn't illegal. And what Logan did, well, that was illegal.
You can say the timing was bad and it was inappropriate to sell, but the reality is I bought tokens open market and sold them open market. So there was nothing illegal about that. Ethically, arguable. The rest?
Okay, wait, he's making some valid points here. He actually is making some valid points. You know, he didn't do anything illegal, but he's just a dickhead, you know? You can't go to jail for being a dickhead. Okay.
That Logan did to me was ethically wrong and illegal.
Now, what do I think of all this finger pointing? Well, I think it's pretty wild to try to make yourself look like the lesser of two evils when you made millions of dollars and investors lost millions. I just do.
All right, chat, type 1 in chat if you would scam your buddy to make $6 million right now. Type 2 if you're a fucking liar.
Now, at the same time, I want to be fair to Crypto King. He's not the only one who sold here. But I also have to say, not everyone from the founders did sell. For example, Jeff, Logan's manager, to my knowledge, never sold. Neither did Logan Paul, which was a huge surprise. All their wallets that I tracked, you know, held on to their tokens, which is good. And to their credit for a game that doesn't work. But you know who did sell?
Base?
Eddie Ibanez. The guy...
Not Eddie! The guy whose entire life is a lie did a dick move? No fucking way!
Hey, the initial devs, the supposed MIT orphan? Yeah, from what I could see, his initial wallet got a ton of zoo, sent it...
The guy who lied about being an orphan lied? You're telling me the liar lied? Holy moly.
...to a bunch of smaller wallets, and then sold off, kind of like Crypto King. And for my calculations, he made about $1.7 million. Now,
Jesus.
I have to tell you,
Share?
like Jake, I tried to confront him and give him the opportunity to defend himself, but he never replied to my emails or my phone calls, and we're just going to have to leave it there. But we're not done
until after this video where we see Logan's response.
Done with the money just yet, because we still need to talk about the eggs. Remember, we talked about how they profited
Yes, let's talk about the eggs. Yes.
from Zoocoin, but they also made millions from eggs. According to their own internal meeting notes, they plan to make about $3 million selling these eggs for 0.1 ETH apiece. And that's not far from what I calculated they actually did make, which was about $2.5 million. In the meeting notes, they say they're going to clear expenses and then do payouts. But pay out who? They don't say. And these expenses are referencing an earlier note suggesting Eddie and Logan had both spent $300,000 each, which I'll say is not $1 million. But okay, we'll give it to them, right? So they got paid back their $600,000, but where does the rest of the money go? Well, on the Ethereum side, there's one payout for $364,000 to one wallet and another $1 million to another. They both are Coinbase addresses, so we don't know who exactly that is, but clearly someone on the team made a lot of money from these NFT egg sales that do not work.
Okay.
And on the Binance Smart Chain side, where they also made money selling eggs, the zoo that was spent was supposed to be set aside for 50%.
Hey, I'll be real, chat. I would sell y'all's ass for a nickel.
To be burned, which they did, but the other 50% was supposed to be allocated for wildlife charities and crypto zoo development. Now, neither seems to have happened because all the money is in a wallet that the team still controls. So there are open questions about, you know, where that money's going to go and where the Ethereum money went. Did it go to Jake? Did it go to Logan? Did it go to Jeff? Did it go to Eddie? We don't know. But what I know for sure is that no one was innocent, although there are certainly shades of guilt you can argue about because, of course, not everyone did sell. You could look at that as the most important thing. Logan Paul didn't sell. Jeff, Logan's manager, didn't sell. But does that make them innocent?
No.
Well, I don't think so.
Fuck
because
no.
They never built the game they promised people.
True.
Logan Paul specifically got millions of dollars spent on this game on the promise of the technology that he never built, that his team never built. And he never addressed the failure except to blame his developers who weren't paid. And you could say he promised to work backwards to fix it.
Unpaid devs didn't do their job? No way.
But then never did. But at the same time, it's clearly not just Logan's fault either because there are major team issues, right? You've got Eddie selling millions of dollars of zoo and then allegedly not paying developers. You've got Jeff, who was warned about Eddie, who kept him on the team anyways. And then after they fired Eddie, seems to also have failed to pay developers on time. And then you've got Crypto King himself, who sold the most, but claims he was the guy who was scammed, which is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. It's just like, Avengers Assemble for the worst possible team you can imagine to build a crypto gang. And so, unsurprisingly, it turns out a lot of these guys backstabbed each other. And so, finding a way to wrap this up was difficult because it's hard to assign exact proportions of blame. Because if you focus on any one person, you kind of miss why this project failed. CryptoZoo, at the end of the day, did not fail because the price went too low.
Holy
CryptoZoo failed because they never built a functioning game that they promised.
Bro, that shit dropped harder than OTK stocks when I fucking joined, bro. God damn.
Really, the number one
That's
problem,
crazy.
even bigger than people selling millions of dollars of tokens, was that they never paid the developers on time, as boring as that is. And as a result, the investors not only got rugged for millions of dollars, which is a problem, but they just didn't get the core thing they had bought from the beginning, which was not a crypto project, but something different.
I'm excited to launch my game.
You keep using and you just did it again. You keep using a word there, game. You're not using like a project. It's a game.
It's a game. It's a really fun game that makes you money.
That's
What was it that you were... Do they have CryptoZoo gameplay? CryptoZoo gameplay. What could you possibly do in this? Is there... Wow, bro. God damn. That's insane. You open an egg to see an animal? Holy moly, he got a gore kitty.
That to me is the biggest scam in all of this. Yes, it's a huge problem. People stole millions of dollars, but it's a symptom of the larger issue, which is people didn't actually care about the game or this, whatever you want to call it. They just cared about the money. And this is ultimately what happens when you have an influencer LARPing as a businessman. It's what happens when you have a liar LARPing as a developer. And it's what happens when you have a shady crypto guru LARPing as a crypto king. You win.
Why the fuck would you ever trust any dude that shaves his head and his face, bro? That's like number one trait of being a fucking scumbag. There's just no way.
End up with a mess. And in my personal opinion, a fraud as well. And now that this thing blew up in their faces, these four seem to be dodging accountability faster than SBF dodges calls with me. Because I have reached out to everyone involved. I've tried to get all of their statements on things. So far, no one has taken accountability or offered to refund the victims at all. They're all hiding, pretending these victims don't even exist. But they do exist. And throughout my investigations, they've been the heartbeat of this whole thing. So I decided to close this investigations in a bit of a unique way. Rather than me deciding who's to blame or me deciding what you should think, I want to give them the last word.
Everyone's to blame. Logan, in the sense of his poor management, is his project. He still made these promises to people.
I think everyone it is to blame, including Logan Paul, of course, because he was the one in charge of this. And he was responsible for all of this mess.
Everybody has a big part and a massive cross to bear.
Each one of them scammed the project in their own way, and then off to the sunset they went.
It was his job to check the team, to make sure that everyone is working together, to make sure that he is giving the funds of the people that put it into his project under his name to people that he actually trusts. So in my opinion, if the team failed to perform, that's Logan Paul to blame.
The community is destroyed. People is angry. They just want their money back. They just want their normal lives back.
Reimburse those loyal fans that they have, or how to rebuild the project, actually deliver on the project for those who are still holding their eggs like I am.
Wait, people are still holding their eggs? What the fuck?
Or for those holding the zoo coins. So maybe they could just deliver what they promised, and that would give some redemption to this fiasco.
He's not said a word. That's as bad, or almost as bad, as taking the money. It's the not coming out and just being a man about it.
At least we deserve to know what was happening behind the scenes while we were waiting for almost a year and a half. the fact that we're hearing this information not from Logan Paul but from pretty much an investigator, it really says a lot.
What did this loss mean to me? It meant a lot, not just personally, because I lost quite a lot of money. My kid and also my wife were invested. It was like telling a kid that Santa doesn't exist or something.
Okay, bro. Alright, dog. Come on. That has to be one of the dumbest analogies I've ever heard before in my entire life. Especially coming from a dude who looks about 50, bro.
Something like that, because she really believed in all that game. She really believed in Logan Paul. Kids look up to that kind of people. So it was some kind of broken dream.
My mum was invested. My sister was also invested. So, I mean, my daughter even had a couple of the eggs and animals, which the loss for them hurts the most because obviously it's just not nice to see.
For somebody to win, somebody has to lose. That's a gamble you take, whether you get into crypto or not. I got in knowing that I could lose, which is fun. That's on me.
Okay, actually a base take. I don't feel bad for people who lose money when they gamble or play slots, right? Like, you have to accept that. Oh man, I lost money on crypto. Yeah, I know. Like 99% of people do, bro. There's at least some accountability here.
But I thought if I lost something, it would be because I sold at the wrong time.
Right, yeah.
Or
That's
the
base.
game didn't earn as much as I thought it would, and therefore my things weren't as valuable. But
True.
you never go into it thinking it's not something that they're going to just sell out from underneath you, because they could make so much more if they actually delivered on what they said. Even if they delivered on close to what they said. And that's the thing, is you don't think they're going to rug you because there was so much money in a game wallet.
Ultimately, at the end, the way I see it is it was fraud. Logan could have put out the red flags, told people to stop investing more into it, because people were investing into this project until the very last minute, where the ship was still just sinking down the ocean, and people were still putting their cash into it.
If I was on a call with Logan Paul, I would ask him, where did his redemption arc go? I think he was on such a good streak going about
Where's your
his
redemption
YouTube
arc?
career and boxing as well. And it's sad to see that.
I mean, it's true, bro. Like, I was starting to get behind the whole Logan Paul may not be so bad after all train too. You know, because he was an absolute dickhead, and it looks like he was actually making strides, bro. But the shit that can be uncovered, that is insanity.
Because of money, once again, we have degraded down to stealing from his viewers.
What will I say to Logan Paul and his...
But stealing from your community, there's very, very little things worse than you can do as a content creator, is to betray your community's trust. Now, pissing off somebody else's community, sure, based. But hurting those who are the only reason why you are here to today, I mean, that's just scummy as fuck. Right? That'd be like if I announced merch, got people to buy it, and then never shipped it, you know? That'd be fucked up.
Team, if I could. Well, actually,
That'd be like if I said I was going to do a 24-hour stream and then just never did it. You know what I mean? Like, that's fucked up.
I could, because I have an NFT from other project that gives me the right to see Logan Paul, to meet and greet with him. And I will actually use that right to tell him this story again, show him this video in front of me, and see how he reacts.
Hey, do not shit talk Mizkif here, bro. I don't know what the fuck you are talking about. Mizkif did that. What the fuck are you talking about, bro? What the fuck are you talking about? Give us one of our stream? No, I'm good. Don't shit talk Mizkif, bro. Don't be weird.
When he sees that my family, my whole family and my kid are affected with this situation, because I think that's not human.
You would think that Logan would have told his fellow followers, his loyal fans, that, hey guys, back off, red flag, things are there's turbulence in the water. No, not a single word, nothing whatsoever.
To market products at children and knowing full well that his team.
Am I crazy, or is this dude a professional Smash player? Or like a professional esports player? I swear to God, I've seen this before. Also, absolutely think of the prime, bro. Thanks so much.
Is made up of people that he believes are shady characters. Yeah, he still goes on Forbes interviews and says the game is great for kids. It's gonna be amazing.
Who loves it most? The kids. Their kids love it.
But he looks like Hungry Box. Hungry Box. What the fuck? Hungry Box watches Logan Paul, bro? Bro, are you crazy?
Our developers' kids, all of them, cannot stop playing the game.
I think that is inhumane the way that side of it's been marketed.
Knowing what's happened since, knowing that all of the people that were there from the beginning, like all of the guys that I'd speak to on a daily basis, that we've all just got nothing now. Ideally, I just want to say I'll see you in court.
Jeez. Oh, hey, based. Dear Stephen Coffeezilla, there are certain legal issues around the company and its product that preclude us at present from answering any questions. It is our hope that these will be resolved shortly for everyone's satisfaction, and at the point we will reach out to you. Damn, damn, damn. Damn, damn, damn.